Do you offer him any advice?
Oh, sure.
To share with us?
I'm his dad. I'm his dad. So, of course, because I know football and I know him and I know what I see and I know some stuff behind the curtain. So I offer him not just on the field advice, off the field advice, life advice, because he's going through a lot right now. A lot of stuff is coming at him. And he's doing a great job. Thank God that God prepared him for everything he's dealing with. I mean, I think a lesser man would have crumbled. Mm-hmm. But he's been built for this. And who else is built for the adversity like he is, like going into the NFL? I don't think there's too many quarterbacks that are built like that for the adverse situations and not having the best of things to happen around him. I think we've always done that. We've never had the best of anything,
What's going on? Hey, look. You doing all right? You got to let my brother have his way in the league. I'm worried about your pop. How you doing? What you worried about him?
The tension inside the Cleveland Browns quarterback room has exploded past simmering and straight into a full-blown boil. And it has nothing to do with the battle for the starting job. It's about the player who was never even given the chance to fight for it.
I don't think I play good at all. I think it's a lot of things, we need to look at, during the week and go and just get comfortable.
The player many inside and outside the building swear should have had his shot. Shedeur Sanders. On paper, Cleveland is sitting at 2-7, sliding downhill fast, staring straight into another season, slipping through their fingers. But behind those ugly box scores, something even more uncomfortable is unfolding.
Yeah, I understand the question. I would tell you we do so much work with the quarterback position and the entire team, not just those reps on a practice field. And those are, as we all know, those are tough reps for when you have a young starter as well.
Story that feels less like football strategy and more like a franchise trying to hide its most explosive talent before he ever gets a real snap. Because let's be honest, the Browns aren't just hesitant to play Shedeur Sanders. They act like the idea gives them hives. They dodge it, avoid it, pretend it isn't even an option, like his name is some button they cannot afford to press. After weeks of vague explanations, mixed messages, and flat-out contradicting themselves, the truth everyone's whispering is finally breaking through the surface. The Cleveland Browns do not want Shedeur Sanders to shine. They don't want him close to the spotlight, let alone the field. For weeks, the team pushed the same recycled line. Dillon Gabriel needs reps. Shedeur is developing. We have a plan. But that plan now looks less like a blueprint and more like a brick wall. A wall built high and wide enough to keep Sanders from even sniffing the huddle.
I think the Cleveland fan base should just boycott at this point. We ain't buying no tickets.
But not everybody feels the same way as you guys.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they
yes,
do.
They
The fan base does.
The fan base does. Boycott the whole shit. Say we ain't coming unless Shedeur in. The game will be blacked out locally. Sometimes you got to force your hand. Cleveland Brown fan. Force your hand, man.
Just what are your expectations when he does come in, though?
We don't know.
460 yards.
But what we do know, our quarterback is not going to look like a little scared little baby. That's what Gabriel look like right now. I guarantee you it don't look like that. What's the worst that can happen? It look the same?
What's your realistic expectations?
Our realistic expectations is to see everything we got on our roster so we can know if we need to draft a quarterback in the first round or not. You might have one in your building right now. We gave him 5-6 games. Let's give him 5-6 games and find out if he's not the guy. You a 5th round pick. We don't owe you shit. You can be gone.
I would be shocked if he doesn't get some playing time before the season's over. I think he'll get the last 4 or 5 games at least.
Baltimore is the team that the report said that he said no to, right? If he's going to play, I would love for it to be Sunday so he could show them why he said no. I don't want to sit behind Lamar because
Even as Gabriel has gone 1-4, even as his completion percentage sits at 58.6%, even as the Browns have been outclassed by teams like the Jets and Patriots. Cleveland keeps shielding him like he's the face of the franchise instead of a 5th-round swing they hoped might pan out. Meanwhile, Shedeur Sanders, the coaching staff treats him with the same excitement someone has when they get a call from a telemarketer. No eye contact, no interest, no urgency. Fans have begged for him. Analysts have demanded him. Even Browns owner Jimmy Haslam publicly said the franchise wanted both rookies to see the field, but the coaching staff keeps the door shut. The front office keeps stalling, and teammates quietly ask the same thing fans shout every Sunday. Why are they so scared to let Shedeur compete? Then there's the shadow hanging over all of it, Deshaun Watson, the former franchise hope, the twice-repaired Achilles, the enormous contract. and the expectations from 2022 still floating over Berea like a cloud nobody can shake. For months, the Browns insisted Watson wasn't close, not practicing, not ready, not in the picture. Then suddenly, right when pressure to play Shedeur Sanders started boiling, the insiders rolled out a brand new narrative. And that's when the tension snapped even tighter.
Why wouldn't he get any first team reps with the starters in practice?
Yeah, I understand the question, Mary Kay. I would tell you, you're always trying to get your starter ready to play, and certainly when your starter's a rookie, those are very valuable reps. When your starter,
Suddenly, the messaging shifted from "he's nowhere close" to "he might try some things soon," like the timing was just a coincidence. It felt like the organization needed a distraction, something big enough to pull all eyes away from the rookie everyone wants to see. Inside the locker room, the shift didn't go unnoticed either. Players started exchanging side glances, wondering why the messaging around Watson magically changed at the exact moment the crowd grew louder for Sanders.
So threatened by someone else's confidence that they want you to dim your own light just to make them feel better. And that's not going to happen here. I mean, let's be honest. You don't like him because he's flashy, because he has a nice watch, better than yours, better than mine. I mean, that just sounds like hating though to me. I mean, he is a rich kid who's really earned it. And that's why people should actually be applauding Shedeur. He doesn't have any scandal attached to his name, upstanding citizen. He's always supportive of his teammates and has been an excellent leader on the field, looks like it off the field. It's not easy walking in the footsteps of your famous dad, let alone Hall of Fame, best to ever do it type dad. But it just shows you how much of a hard worker he really is, because no one's going to be harder on Shedeur than his dad. And then also,
something about the timing felt too perfect, too convenient, too controlled. And people inside the building felt it immediately. If Watson is healthy, he'll be on the field before Shedeur Sanders, and Albert Breer spelled out the justification. Money, years invested, experience. It was the perfect smokescreen. Because if Watson returns, Sanders gets shoved to quarterback 3. If Watson stays sidelined, Gabriel remains protected as quarterback 1. No matter how you slice it, the outcome never changes. Shedeur Sanders stays glued to the bench. Breer even admitted the harsh truth the Browns won't say out loud. Shedeur is a 5th-round pick. That's what it comes down to. Not talent, not performance, not competition. Investment. Cleveland didn't draft Sanders to let him compete. They drafted him to stash him deep inside the locker room and hope nobody asks too many questions.
A guy who, a famous New York rapper, got out of jail yesterday, and first thing he does is go to a Jets game. Who is he dapping up on the sideline? Not any of his New York Jets players, Shedeur Sanders. The effect will be real. The confidence will start to leak through, and like the words of the great Jarvis Landry, it will become contagious. So will it translate to wins? That's yet to be determined. But what we do know for a fact is that the locker room will shift and players will carry a new type of energy because of the leader that is behind the quarterback position. That is what you get.
The energy in the building makes it obvious. Players are frustrated, but they know they can't say a word. Myles Garrett, one of the most respected voices on the team, keeps publicly focusing on winning. But privately, according to multiple team sources, several veteran players have made it clear they believe Shedeur Sanders could bring life to this offense. They've seen his arm strength. They've seen his calm under pressure. They've watched him run scout team drills with more spark than the actual starters. But none of it matters because the coaching staff is locked into their decision. Sanders won't get a shot. Not this week, not next week, not unless something forces their hand beyond repair. One team source summed it up brutally.
Backup is a rookie also. You do everything in your power to get our quarterbacks as many reps as possible. Post-practice, after practice, extra meeting time. So that's just part of how it goes. But the bottom line is we trust both of our players. We trust all of our players because of the work that they put in.
Do you feel like Shedeur managed the pressure that the Ravens threw at him?
Yeah, we didn't do a good enough job, period, as a team and certainly as an offense in there. So we'll make sure that we get back to work.
It doesn't matter what Shedeur does. They had their mind made up before camp even ended. And let's not pretend the elephant in the room isn't standing right in the middle of Berea. Shedeur Sanders is one of the most famous rookies in football, not because he chased the spotlight, but because of his name, because he grew up under bright lights, because he carries a brand, and attention that follows him everywhere. And most NFL teams don't love managing that kind of spotlight. The Browns, a cautious, PR-sensitive franchise, are absolutely terrified of it. Terrified he'll outshine their chosen starter. Terrified he'll become the story in Cleveland. Terrified he'll reveal the front office's mistakes tied to the Watson trade. And their solution? It's painfully simple. Don't play him, don't hype him, don't feature him, don't even hint he's in the conversation.
Go on the internet, all I see is a bunch of dudes sitting around going, why are you not playing Shedeur? And why are you about it. Like they're playing the soundbite. He won't even say his name. He won't even say his name. What is that? What is that? Now, I don't want to start getting all pissed off here this morning.
Personally,
Right,
I think the idea of Stefanski not saying Shedeur's name, I think is overblown. That's me.
Then why is he doing it?
I don't know. Why isn't he?
ESPN's Jeremy Fowler didn't sugarcoat anything. I haven't sensed the Browns have been eager to turn to Shedeur Sanders. That's the polite, polished reporter version of saying the Browns are ignoring every voice telling them the kid deserves a chance. Cleveland fans who've lived through 2 decades of quarterback disasters are now begging the team to try the one quarterback they haven't already mishandled. But the Browns remain stubborn, locked in, almost spiteful. When local reporters push Kevin Stefanski for answers, he sidesteps. When national analysts bring up competition, the team instantly changes the subject. And behind closed doors, the frustration grows louder.
First thing is they got that it. That it is when the defense is like this, and then, oh, shit, he get in the game, and we like, oh, shit. That's why it's just like an aura, Jay. It make everybody get interested, like, oh, shit, we at the edge of our seats now. Mm-hmm. That's called that it factor. We believe when we look in the huddle, okay, Shedeur in there, shit, let's see what we gonna do. That's called that it factor. When Gabriel in there, we like this.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just chilling, bro. Ah, shit.
Excited again.
Give me 5 plays, bro, before we go back on the field.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go, man. That's what make it the it factor. That's why I don't really got no name. You just call it the it factor. You know what I'm saying? So he may look one way in practice, one way in camp. Put him in the game and let this shit.
Teammates see the sparks in practice and wonder why talent is being wasted. Coaches keep repeating their script like robots. Fans feel like they're watching another season slip away for no reason. When the owner says Sanders should play, the coaches just shrug it off like it means nothing. At this point, it's not stubbornness. It feels personal. Everyone in the building knows Watson is gone after next season. Everyone knows Gabriel is a developmental placeholder at best. Everyone knows the Browns have 2 first-round picks in 2026 and are already scouting multiple top quarterback prospects. And still, instead of evaluating the rookie who could actually shape those future decisions, instead of figuring out whether Shedeur Sanders could be a starter, a steady backup, or even a valuable trade asset, instead of rewarding months of hard work and patience, Cleveland has chosen pride over progress. The message couldn't be more obvious. Shedeur Sanders is not part of their future because they never intended to give him a future here at all. The Browns are 2-7. The season is falling apart. Fans are fired up and running out of patience. The locker room is restless. The owner wants the rookies evaluated.
We asked you a lot about Shedeur not getting any reps with the starting units. So that was like really his first legitimate snap and reps with the starting offense, correct?
Yes.
Do you think that
The media keeps asking the same question every single week. And still, Cleveland refuses to find out what Shedeur Sanders can do. Not start him, not give him a drive, not even hand him garbage time reps. Just sit, wait, fade into the background. That's the plan. And this isn't football strategy anymore. It's not roster logic. And it definitely isn't merit-based competition. This is a clear organizational rejection. A choice to push aside a quarterback they never wanted to believe in from the start. Cleveland didn't bury Shedeur Sanders by accident. They buried him on purpose.
I still remember, guys, I'm not kidding you, my grandfather, okay, who played in the leather helmet days, like God bless his heart, he hated Deion Sanders so much that in 2004, I was starting at center for the Bills against the Ravens. And this is when Deion came back and was playing for the Ravens. He offered me 10 grand to take out Deion in the game. My grandpa. Okay, I was 25. He's 85. Okay, he doesn't even know what a bounty is. He doesn't care, but he hated how much of a showboat Deion was.
And unless something major shifts, this will go down as one of the most confusing, petty, self-defeating quarterback decisions in the franchise's entire history. Players can feel it too. They see the work he puts in, the talent he brings, the spark he shows in practice, and they can't understand why the door stays locked. Fans talk about him every week, wondering how a team with this record won't even take a look at the one rookie they haven't mishandled yet. It's like everyone sees the opportunity except the people actually in charge. And as the season keeps sliding, the pressure will only grow louder. The questions will keep coming. The spotlight will burn brighter. And eventually this organization will have to answer why they chose ego over evaluation, why they closed the door on a rookie before he even had the chance to open it. If you're rocking with this breakdown, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe.